so glad that they invited us to come down to help celebrate Piedmont's 50th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
And I see you are a PVCC Panther.
Oh, yes.
Proud to be one.
I was. So I got my shirt on today.
I see. Let me tell you quickly my claim to fame. I was the first student admitted to Piedmont. So way back in 1972 at Lane High School, got the call to come to the office, and they said they would like for me to be the first student, which was great. And from then on, my career and my whole life has totally changed. And I know you're a Piedmont scholar.
Yes.
What got you rolling with Piedmont?
Let me see. I would say what got me rolling with Piedmont, I graduated from Charlottesville High School. I knew a lot about PVCC based off my sisters and a lot of my family members. They went to PVCC.
They did? Okay.
Yes. And also I took dual enrollment courses while at Charlottesville High School that transferred over. So while I was at Charlottesville High School, I took college credits that was basically PVCC credits, but they rolled over as college credits.
Yes.
So I got that, the introduction. So I was like, okay, I like this. I like this pace. I like the professors. I like how everything's just so smooth, so seamless. So when it was time to graduate in senior year, I was like, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't like what I'm interested in. I knew what I was interested in. I was interested in like criminal justice, law, and that type of stuff.
Wow.
And like helping, serving, that aspect. So it's like, I'm not sure. So I went to PVCC just to test the waters, just to see what I wanted to do, because I really didn't know. And I found out that I really enjoyed the education side. And just by working in the city schools and in the county schools while at PVCC, and got me introduced like part-time jobs of everybody within the system. So it's like, okay, I like this. I can do this. What's a career that I can have to serve, which I always wanted to do, and also be helpful, and something I really enjoy. And that turned out to be teaching.
Oh, that's what my granddaughter wants to do, and I told
wow.
her to come first to PVCC,
Yes,
and then
I support that.
I think that's great.
I support that on all levels, because when I was here, I took a children's literature course, and we read all the children's books. We delved deep into the meaning behind each book, and that really got me like, okay, I like this. And we expanded upon like our own understanding from like just the pictures, but the actual meaning behind it and what kids can get from it when they read it. So it's really got me so more interested in education, thanks to Piedmont.
Well, very different, obviously, almost 50 years apart with what we had going on, and I was still had the hippie lifestyle going on around me and had no idea what I wanted to do. I had two wonderful teachers who encouraged me to come to Piedmont. And it was ideal because it was, first, it was affordable for my family, and especially for someone I wasn't sure. So was I going to go and spend money at a four-year institution without knowing what I wanted to do? So the first few years, I took secretarial courses. One of the same teachers had put me at Madison House, volunteer services at the university in a clerical position. I said, let's try this. And then that morphed into, I think I'm going to go back and study education. And I had actually thought I would be a teacher. And just like you, Piedmont had an enormous impact in the entire community. And in the beginning, it was an awkward feeling. We knew that we were special, this first class coming in. But at the same time, it was a little bit of an awkward feeling because it wasn't UVA, and that's where we had grown up. And then you get into the classes and you see the quality and the belief that everyone had in making this college grow. The faculty, everyone that I worked with in both the secretarial and then on into the education. I can remember sitting in the hallway with my teacher from American literature.
Oh, wow.
Sitting on the floor in the hallway. And it was, it was wonderful. The doors were always open. And I'm sure you saw that.
I did. I definitely seen that. A lot of my professors, just the same as you, they're so thoughtful, they're so caring, and they actually care about you as a person. And it like goes beyond just like the schoolwork, but personal life and how they can help you achieve the next level. Mm-hmm. Especially like people in the the admissions office,
Yes.
the counseling office, like to see which college you want to go to, like what you want to do. They like really like set me down and they helped me like get out my thoughts on a piece of paper and just put all the courses down that I needed to take to be able to transfer to UVA. Because I wanted to be a counselor also. I might become a counselor at some point, but that was the original goal, to go into counseling. But that changed and switched to teacher education. But that one time sitting down with Kemper, like Kemper still transformed my whole life, just to have that people care about like my education and
That's
what I
right.
want to do, and that made me even more motivated. Like, okay, I could go to UVA. Like that's a possibility.
That's right.
Because before, like it wasn't like it was a possibility in the back of my mind, but not like a reality. Like, okay, I'm here from Charlottesville, but will I go to UVA? Will I get into UVA? I don't know. But thanks to PVCC, that was just like the perfect opportunity, just to like, okay, you got this. You have the skills. You have everything you take. You got to be confident within yourself, because PVCC, we believe in you. But now you have to believe in yourself and just go out there and do like what you were doing here, and just continue to do that.
It opened us the doors, and having UVA as a good partner also. I mean, that means so much. I mean, that's incredible now that, you know, yes, you can go to UVA.
It does. And like the partnership with UVA, I was part of the first cohort of the Piedmont Scholars back in 2021. So that whole experience has been so amazing.
Wow.
Just PVCC and UVA combining forces and like being there every step of the way. If I need anything, any questions, like literally anything I need,
They were there to help
they
you.
were there. Like
all
it
the
didn't
way
matter
through.
like the time of night, like the day, weekend. It was someone always there to answer the phone or just talk to me if I was like having issues or anything that was going on, personal life issues and things like that.
You're not a number, you're a face.
Yes, exactly. And just so many amazing people that really, like they really, really do care. And it's like reassuring to me going into education, like seeing people in higher education who actually care.
Right.
And the difference like they make in people's lives, but they don't want the recognition or praise. They just do it without even thinking twice.
To get you going.
So that's what
I know
wanna do.
too, when I started, I went at night, and you can't do that at, you know, these colleges. I went at night, I worked full time, and I went at night, and that's why I ended up going an extra year to get all my classes in, because it was at night. That was wonderful. I mean, that was an opportunity. And I saw so many different people. I saw people my age that had just graduated from high school and moving forward and getting their life together. And I saw people that were twice my age that had come back. Some of them, their employers were paying for them to come back to school so that it could help them further their education in that specific field. So many different opportunities that are offered. And now, watching how PVCC has grown, there's a course for just about anything you want to do.
That's the best part about it.
Yes.
You have so much possibilities. If you want to try something, explore something, you can just take a course, learn about it, and if you like it, good. And if you don't enjoy that like specific subject area, you know, you might not want to go into that field.
Right.
So just testing the waters, that's something I really did.
Right.
Because when I was here, I took so many criminology classes, police science courses.
That would be fun.
And just diving deeper. Like, okay, this is so cool. It's interesting just to see like how the criminal justice system work in that aspect, and just how everything plays upon each other, and just realizing like, okay, everything has its place like in society. So just recognizing that and diving deep.
That is nice. What was your favorite thing when you were in school here?
Let me see. I would definitely say the community.
Yeah.
Because every day, everyone's always here.
Yeah.
Every day.
The Piedmont community.
The Piedmont community's here.
That's
every day.
right.
So I just stayed on the main campus in like the cafeteria. I did my work all day. I had courses like Monday, essentially every day, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I would just stay here all day long. And the best part about it, my sister also took courses here at the same time. She's like 2 years older than me.
Oh, perfect.
So she was here and I was here. We were here together. So she like showed me the ropes of everything, like PVCC, like going to the library, like finding a good seat, like being there, and just you can be able just to relax and unwind and need that break after class. You can take that, go to the library. If you want to meet friends, you can meet them, because PVCC is so big. So you go outside on the patio. You always find something to do.
It's bigger now. I know that
yeah.
when we first walked in, well, first, backing up, the first year we went to Albemarle High School
Oh, wow.
at night. Of course, I was a lane black night, and then to have to go to the,
Oh, yeah.
but it was at night, and there were night classes, and that was sort of our first step into this college system. And then I can remember driving, I thought about it today when I drove up the hill. It was cool. I mean, this was it. This coming up to this nice new building. There was no one to show us the ropes. We were going to be the ones doing that.
Oh, yes.
But everything they had it laid out was perfect. And again, the faculty and the administrative staff, everyone was there to help you out.
Wow.
What's Piedmont done for you in the community?
That's a great question. Piedmont has exposed me to what it means to be a leader and to be a student leader as well as a leader in life in general and for myself, and how to actually take pride in what I do and be proud of who I am and my identity and be able to serve like the community I grew up, because I would never think that I would be in like teaching now, like having my education degree, but to start teaching. So just that whole aspect, and just
Rewarding.
It's very rewarding. And PVC just introduced me to so many amazing people, like I said earlier, to people at Piedmont that still checks on me. They send me text messages, emails, like LinkedIn inboxes. It's like, keep going, like keep on encouraging me.
Yes.
And that's just like the best part. Like, okay, like I have such a huge community behind me. Like, it's no reason why, like if I need something, I can reach out to them. If it's emotionally or mentally or anything like that, just that I know someone's always there, especially my family. And also just PVC's introduced me to UVA.
Yes.
That whole community, just taking UVA all in.
Yes.
At first, it was a lot to just digest.
Yes.
Like, okay,
Yes.
I know no one here. I knew nothing. Even though I'm from Charlottesville, I just know like the games, like the football games,
Right.
like Scott State. That's all I know. I knew nothing about academics, so I had to figure that out with the help of PVCC and UVA staff. But just finding my place at UVA and just making.
And where are you now? You're teaching
I'm at St. Anne's Belfield School.
St.
Yep,
Anne's.
started
Good for
in
you.
August 11th.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a teaching fellow at St. Anne's. It's for this year it's kindergartners, and the next year it's pre-K.
Kindergarten.
So I'll be with kindergartners for a year,
Oh my gosh.
and then with that opportunity, PVCC allowed me to cover the full expenses at UVA. St. Anne's like partner with UVA to offer like a
they
teaching
do.
fellowship to pay for my master's,
Right.
like
Wow.
their entirety. So it's just like so many opportunities, just one door opening after the next, thanks
Good
to
for you.
PVCC.
I know.
So it's like a domino effect. Like everybody knows PVC. It's like, did you go to PVC? Yes. And I keep asking questions about it and like my experience, like we're throwing out. But just like so many domino effects that I couldn't even imagine, and I was so grateful for. 'Cause like graduating high school, I would never imagine myself where I am today.
Exactly. Same
So
here.
That's just the whole part about PVC is that I'm just so proud to be a Panther, and just like being proudful. Like, yes, I went to PVCC and telling my story.
I love what you said about the dominoes, and being prideful also of saying you're from PVCC, because it wasn't always like that. Early on, you kind of went, "Oh, I'm going to Piedmont," you know, and people, what is that? It was new. The
yeah.
concept, even, you know, was just starting to boom. But the domino effect with me was getting so much self-confidence and believing in myself that I can do this, look out. Madison House, you know, I like to have so many first. So first student and first female director at
yes.
Madison House, you know, and I'll have to think of some other first. But
I'm pretty sure it's many.
but it went from there, and it really went bing to a career with media marketing, media in this area, and working with so many wonderful business people that back when I was in high school, I never thought I would be able to do those things. You know, I took a public speaking class at Piedmont.
I did too.
See? Wow, it helps, doesn't it?
It helps so much. 'Cause before that, I was so scared to talk in front of people, and I just didn't like know how to form my words properly.
Yes.
So just like the whole syntax of talking, it's really difficult if you don't like have the proper training or taking the proper courses. So PVCC definitely gave me my confidence through that avenue of just being able to speak in front of people.
That's something. That was one of the best ones.
Oh yes.
That was one of the best ones. I remember having to go to city council for our budgeting, when we were budgeting for Madison House and requesting funds. And I was like, yeah, I have this. I have this because I had Piedmont.
Oh yes, I agree. I took another course at Piedmont. It's called SDV. It was a student development course. So when I was here, like the first semester, you have to take the course to get acclimated to PVCC, the college environment, and just to make sure you're set up for success. And this was like a workshop class to build upon like life skills, financial skills, everything that you need to be successful, like during PVCC and after PVCC. If it's transferring, if it's finding a job, they help like in that whole aspect, like career-wise, taking career surveys, what do you want to do, and diving deep. And we took this, I think, twice a week. So it was always a professor there and your peers just always there to motivate you, like because we all had different goals in life, of course, like jobs, careers, and that whole aspect. And that's how I really found out. When I took the survey, it was spot on. It said education, like public service.
Yeah.
And education fell upon that. So
Yeah.
okay, I agree with this. Let's explore it. So thanks to PVCC and SDV course, that was just the whole, everything I pieced it together. Like, okay, I'm on the right path. Just keep going. I'm not sure exactly what, but I'm gonna keep going.
See, I love hearing your story. This just pulls everything back around for me because, I've talked to many people that went to PVCC, a lot of business people that, yeah, man, I went to PVCC and this is what has done, and this is what's helped me. I think, but to listen to your story, even though we are a few years apart, I think
Just a few.
You can see the similarities. You can see those similarities that help. And I know when I was there, there were a lot of people that were older that were coming back.
Oh yes.
Or that were, using this for their work career and talking to them. And that's an education in itself.
It is.
When you talk to different people.
From all walks of life.
Yes.
That's the best part.
And at that 50th reunion party that we had recently, that was one of the things that just smacked me in the face. It was like, look at this. First of all, look at the numbers of people that this little community college has affected. Look at the numbers of people that are coming here. Look at the differences in the people.
Oh yes.
So many. And that just makes me feel great. And I've said this over and over, Piedmont is not standing still. Piedmont is not laying back on its laurels. Piedmont is always moving and changing. They're able to do that. And it is a community.
It is.
And that's what we love about it.
That's the best part. And especially like meeting other Piedmont students who just graduated like last year, and they're also trying to enter UVA, and they got the Piedmont Scholars Award. So just being able to meet them like randomly, not even knowing, was like,
That's
okay,
nice.
Congratulations. Like this is like the best part of your life. It's PUCC, they're preparing you for success, and now you're gonna keep on continuing to do what you did at
Yes.
UVCC, now at UVA.
Yeah.
And just, like you said, like Piedmont, they're not just sitting back, like, okay, we're just gonna be stagnant. They're actually doing the work and finding resources for students who like need the scholarship or the need-based scholarships.
Yes.
So that's the best part, like taking that burden off people. That's
Yes.
like what it did
Very
for me.
important.
When I transferred to UVA, I didn't work at all. And that was like the strangest things because I always worked at Piedmont. So I was like, okay,
yeah.
I don't have to work anymore. I'm just gonna relax, take my courses, 120, 115 courses, credit courses throughout the 2 years, and just relax and just do my work and enjoy college.
Quanah, one of the other things that we had touched on a little bit, and it's important to me, was to think about how I felt when I first came here and how I think a lot of the students tended to feel, which was, it's a community college, is it the same? I think the community perception at the time was, we got our eyes on you, we're going to see what's happening, we're going to see how it grows. A difference, I'm sure, from watching something evolve to what now you are seeing with the community and the perception in the community.
Oh yes, I definitely am. So when I was in high school, I had a PVCC academic coordinator, staff member who was full-time at Charlottesville High School. So she was like the liaison between PVCC and Charlottesville High School. So she was always there, like during 11th to 12th grade year. If I had any questions, she told me everything about PVCC and just really got me. I was already sold on PVCC from my past experiences, but just solidifying it and telling me like what PVCC and everything it offered. So I was like, okay. So when I graduated, I was so like reassured and just calm about the whole transferring process or graduate process to PVCC based on that interaction with Miss Ashby, who worked at PVCC and CHS. And just like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I got this. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I have support along the way if I have any questions. And people like, I remember very vividly when I graduated, everybody was like, where are you going? Where are you going to go to college? Or what are you going to do? And I was proud to say PVCC. And it's like, okay, congratulations. So just that whole idea of how the narrative of PVCC, how that's changed since when you were the first student
Thank you.
until now. That's just something remarkable to note on PVCC part.
I know, again, I'm referring back to our 50th celebration, and the people that were there were all these business people that Piedmont had touched in some way or another, from either their employees or they themselves. And we also had the members from the city council that had come. So it's a lot different than just starting out. And I think now you say PVCC, Piedmont Virginia Community College, everyone knows it.
Yes, everybody.
Everyone knows it.
That's the best part about it, because you don't have to explain what it is.
No.
PVCC, oh, I know what that is.
They know it. I was talking recently, I was at the Chamber of Commerce recently for an event, and I was speaking to someone, and I said, we're going to the Piedmont reunion. I am too. And yet you see that all the time. I am too. There's always someone that Piedmont has touched them in some way.
Oh, definitely.
And that change with this community over the 50 years has been phenomenal.
Oh,
It's
yes.
been great.
I can definitely attest to that. A few months ago, UVA Board of Visitors, they invited me to speak on behalf of my experience at Piedmont.
I love that.
And as a Piedmont scholar, and how like that's benefited me and how much PVC supported me, that's what I talked about to them. And just be able to just open up and like share like my genuine feelings about PVCC and how much it impacted my time, especially now at UVA, has been something like really remarkable, one of the highlights of my life so far. And just seeing like their expressions on their face, like PVC's like they know what it is, like okay, yeah, it's Piedmont, and how much
I love hearing
that
your stories.
scholarship, like for other students, how that can impact future students, and how I know it impacted my life, and like for years to come, like 10 years down the road, on the Piedmont Scholars Program, if it's still going on.
That also makes me think of, with you going out and doing these really testimonials on Piedmont, you know, how do you talk to people when they say, I'm thinking about college, or I'm getting ready to graduate high school, I don't know what to do with myself? How do you approach someone with the idea of Piedmont?
That's a great question. One of my coworkers, I work at Parks and Rec now for the summer with the camp programs, and he's about to graduate Charlottesville High School.
Ah.
And I was like, what are your plans? Like the generic question, like what's your plans after high school? And he said PVCC. I was like, yes, I support that 110%. Because PVCC has been such a great avenue for me, I know it'll be for you. He was like, okay, thank you. He explained like why he wants to go to PVCC. He wants to like be home because he's like, he loves Charlottesville, so he wants to stay home.
Stay close, that was me too.
That was me too.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay home. Like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
not ready to move.
Right.
But that was just like his whole reason and why I want to go to PVCC. And based off like the academics, I told him about that, like the different organizations you get part of, and the academic side, and just how much of a support you have while at PVCC, you will grow so much.
You do, and I think a lot of times in high school you are a little nervous of stepping out. Now I have to, put on my big girl britches and get out into the real world, and and costs that are involved. And I always tell people, never let costs be, always move forward, because Piedmont will help you with that.
They will.
And they always have someone that can answer every question that you have. You just need to get up and go and do it.
Yes. That's all my mom always said, closed mouths don't get fed. And I feel like PVCC definitely encourages you to ask for help. Because I remember coming to PVCC, I wasn't like the one to ask for help. I was very like, I gotta do this by myself. But being at PVCC, evolving over time, like, yes, I need help. I'm not ashamed to ask for help. And just getting that whole mentality to other students, just to don't be as prideful in asking for help. That's something like I see a lot now, but just reaching out for help.
You have to ask for help.
Because people won't know unless you ask.
I remember my life could have been so much different, and not necessarily in a good way. I'd like to think that with my parents, backing and pushing, that something, but wow, with the teachers that I had saying, yes, you're going to do this. Don't be silly. This, yeah, you are. And I'm going to get you this part-time job at Madison House. You're going to do these things. The more I went with it, the more I grew. And I've just recently, I'll have to say I'm trying to retire, because it's boring me to no end. But my life, absolutely, the push button on the go was Piedmont.
Oh, yes.
Was Piedmont.
I agree with that. That's how I feel as well.
We're the best, right?
We are the best. We got this.
We do.